tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. I studied my little butt off yesterday. Got to finish it today. So, fun stuff. Midweek, halfway through the week. I'm going to give it a little bit, let people come in. I started this early. Started it 3 minutes early because I ain't going to smoke. Trying to cut cigarettes out of my day. And I usually go smoke before I do this. And today I decided I didn't need one. So I've been sitting here going, what am I going to do? So I figured I'd start a little bit early. Then people come in, 3 minute mark get started, things like that. So, yeah, I'm going to need to start figuring out what to do with my time because I got to start cutting cigarettes out of my life. So, I'm very addicted to cigarettes. I love my cigarettes. I smoke all the time, and it's horrible for me. And I will be honest, I don't want to quit, but I'm willing. I'm at least willing to give it a try. I'm at least willing to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm utilizing the AA program to help me with my smoking. It's going to take me a little bit longer than drinking, I'm thinking, but we got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere with that stuff. So it isn't that I want to quit smoking. It's that I want to live longer. Does that make, I want to be around a little bit longer to enjoy the fruits of my labor, Oh, Chris, I remember you quitting. I remember. Hi, Patricia. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, I remember you quitting, Chris, and the fact that you did. I remember you're like they weren't going to let you smoke in your apartment anymore. Oh, that's refreshing. So refreshing. So, yep, that's where I'm at with it. So today we are reading out the 12th step again, but it's okay. I want to talk about true ambition. You just give me a second. I'm going to put you guys on mute. All right. I didn't think you'd want to hear me blowing my nose. I just think that's rude. So, got a little mute button. Mute. So, true ambition. The thing is I had actually had a different topic in my mind, but it actually works into this. And the topic was talking about feeling like something might be below you and we don't do it. And that we should start doing things that feel like they're below us, even if we feel that way. And I think it's going to tie into this somehow. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not awake yet to make that decision. I want to tell you guys kind of a cool story. and I can do it here because this is the right arena. If I did it on Facebook, like if I posted on Facebook, I'd feel like I was bragging. And so last week, and I'm not, and it's not a bragging thing, but last week I was driving to work, and I drive my father-in-law's car, and he wants me to buy it from him. I'm like, you know, God, why do I always have a piece of shit car? I was laughing about it. I'm still laughing about it. I'm like, I always got a check engine light on. The windshield wiper fluid never works in any car I've ever gotten. I'm like, God, I wouldn't mind just having a decent car for once. And I was laughing about it. And he gave it to me yesterday. He gave me a Mercedes. And it's in really good condition. My uncle, okay, he didn't give it to me. It's going to cost. But the amount isn't very high, and I can pay him $100 a month until he's happy. So just kind of neat, something that happened there. God answered, answered my prayers. So it's got so many buttons. It's so fancy. I don't know I don't know. Like the thing flips. It's diesel. I do know that when I do have nice stuff, though, I don't like other people using it. And my brother-in-law is already wondering if he could use it to go to Phoenix because he was going to use it from my uncle, and I don't want to let him. I'm afraid he's going to wreck it. I don't want them trashing my car. That involves eating and drinking in it and I don't know, man. I'm already like, I don't want them to use it because I want them to hit a deer. Let's get to this. All right. So the point that we're getting to in the 12 by 2 will be true ambition is not what we thought. Okay. And it's on page 124. Well, then the last nice car we had, somebody wrecked. It was my wife's car, and it was a nice car, and it was wrecked, and they shouldn't have been driving it at the time either. They had no reason to be driving it. All right. But today, in well-matured AAs, these distorted drives have been restored to something like their true purpose and direction. We no longer strive to dominate or rule those about us in order to gain self-importance. We no longer seek fame and honor in order to be praised. When by devoted service to family, friends, business, or community, we attract widespread affection and are sometimes singled out for our posts of greater responsibility and trust. We try to be humbly grateful and exert ourselves the more in the spirit of love and service. True leadership, we find, depends upon example and not vain displays of power and glory. That right there is where I got my what do you call it, motto or whatever for trudging together, which was leadership. Oh yeah, huh? Okay, thank you. All right, that was on the car. Thank you, Lori. Good to see you, honey. I love you. So right here, true leadership we find depends upon example. Example. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning is okay, so I work at Detox, okay? And I'm probably the oldest person there most of the time. Okay. Which means I should, have to not do most. Anyway. All right. We're always carrying these buckets full of stuff. I'll make sure I get those. I don't care. They'll come back to, finish up their bucket and I'll have it done. They're like, oh, thanks. No, if something needs to be done, it needs to be done. Does that need to be thrown in trash? Throw it in trash. And I let all my peers know last week. You guys do all the paperwork. I don't have to do shit. I'm serious. This is how I told them. I'm like, you guys, I don't have to do nothing. If you need somebody to walk somebody down there, call my name. I will help out. I'm not above this stuff because I'm not. I'm not above anything. Nothing. If God needs me to go mop up puke, that's what I got to do. He hasn't asked me to do it yet. Thank you, God. I'm not asking for that either, dude. Not asking. It was not a prayer. Not a prayer. Still more wonderful. Sorry. Still more wonderful. Must be kind of congested. Still more wonderful is the feeling that we do not have to be specially distinguished among our fellows in order to be useful and profoundly happy. It's nice just to be a one of. It is. It's nice just to be a one of. Not having to be terminally. It's nice not having to be terminally unique to fit in. In fact, fitting in takes me little to no effort anymore. I am who I am. And I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know not everybody likes me. And I don't give a fuck no more. No, it's as you grow older and you get into this program, if you work it the way that it's supposed to be worked, you get to a point where even other people's talking shit, you start to I don't want to say you feel bad for them, but you wish more for them than probably they deserve. I don't know that it's deserved, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Mopping up puke keeps us humble and reminds me that I don't want to go back to my bottom. That's exactly what it is. This actually true ambitions about being humble. Thanks, Lori, for taking my topic. I'm just kidding. All right. Not many of us can be leaders of prominence, nor do we wish to be. I'm going to be honest with you. I like being the center of attention. That's why I do this. That's why I do this. Okay. God keeps me humble by not giving me hundreds of people, right? It's a deal we have, I guess. Okay. It's the way God wants it. I don't like determining that shit anymore. Why? Because then I start to think I'm unworthy and I'm not. Okay. But I do like to be the center of attention. I do. I love doing it at meetings. I love it. Oh, and what Dion said, I'm going to tell you, I like it. Okay. I'm just being honest, but I don't let it go to my head. I become when somebody says something like right now, I'm happy that when somebody says something like that, I actually get very shy all of a sudden. I'm like, okay, thank you. I want to be humble. I don't want to, but I don't want to be servile. I don't want to be servile and scraping either. As God's child, I can stand on my own 2 feet. He gave me a brain to use. He gave me a will, and he gave me a way. He gave me a way. Not he gave me away. He gave me a way. Service, gladly rendered. Obligations, squarely met. Troubles well accepted or solved with God's help. The knowledge that at home or in the world outside, we are partners in a common effort. The well understood fact that in God's sight, all human beings are important. The proof that love freely given surely brings a full return. The certainty that we are no longer isolated and alone in self-constructed prisons. The surety that we no longer need be square pegs in round holes, but can fit and belong in God's scheme of things. These are the permanent and legitimate satisfactions of right living, for which no amount of pomp and circumstance, no heap of material possessions could possibly be substitutes. They cannot be substituted. I am telling you. No. I love this. I love this. I just want to be it. I want to be a part of it. I want to feel it. I do. Because the feelings I get from helping other people, from watching other people reclaim their lives, get back their children, get nice jobs, get a decent car. It is the best joy in the world. It is a bigger high than anything I have felt in this world. And what's cool is I get to feel it again and again and again and again. And the other neat thing is I haven't had a hangover. It hasn't destroyed my life. In fact, I get to make other people's lives better. And no amount of money can ever cover that. I'm sorry. You'd be like, Dion, here's $5 million, or here's a person that you helped. I'm taking the person I helped. Why? Because that's a true feeling. That's true ambition. True ambition is not what we thought it was. True ambition is the deep desire to live usefully and walk humbly under the grace of God. Chris had it. Chris wins today. Ding, ding, ding. Here's the grace of God. I love this. This is so much fun. You guys make it fun, man. That's why sometimes I come here, I'm like, well, we here. I don't know why I do it. Because if nobody's here, I can't put on a show. That's why, because I like being the center of attention. Let's just be honest. So fucking what? So what? All right. Let's get to it. It's because it's the right arena. Now, if I went and did this like interfering with your group, I wouldn't do something like that. I really would. Okay. But don't you dare bring up sponsorship with me in the meeting as a topic, because I'm going to preach. I'm going to preach how we're all doing it wrong, and your party group's not going to like me as much. It doesn't matter. It's the truth. There is no directions in the big book that tells me how I need to sit on my ass and wait for people to ask me to sponsor them. That's not true ambition. That's laziness. Well, I don't know. They're pretty far down. I don't know. Who the fuck are you? Here's the thing. You don't need to worry about whether they're willing or not. If they showed up to a meeting, you have your willingness to work with already. Use it. Okay. Let's get to the reading on December 7th here for True Ambition. During my drinking years, my one and only concern was to have my fellow man think highly of me. During my drinking years, I didn't care what anybody thought. I didn't. I knew I was an alcoholic. I knew what the fuck I was doing. And I didn't want anything to do with you. I drank alone, all by myself. When I'm by myself, I drink alone. Okay? Just me and Jim. I'm a George Thorogood song. I drank by myself. Okay? I would occasionally drink with my wife, but she got disgusted with me and wouldn't drink with me anymore. How come I wouldn't drink with other people? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. I do not know, because I'm an alcoholic. It's probably the only reason I have. It's the only reason I really need. Knowing that I was doing it is kind of good enough. I don't really need to know why all the time on some things. Hey, oh, we're playing on my drum set. Get off of there. That's right. Split. Kitty cats. It's an electronic drum set. They can't hurt it. So, That's why you don't hear because it's electronic. So, all right, my inner self kept telling me something else, but I couldn't accept it. I didn't even allow myself to realize that I wore a mask continually. Finally, when the mask came off and I cried out to the only God I could see, the fellowship of my AA, the fellowship of AA, my group, and the 12 steps were there. I learned how to change resentments into acceptance, fear into hope, and anger into love. I've learned also through love without undue expectations, unconditional love. Through sharing my concerns and caring for my fellow man, that each day can be joyous and fruitful. I begin and end my day with thanks to God, who so generally, and here it is again, shed his grace on me. So there we are, grace, God's grace. So every day we get God's grace. Let's do something with it. Let's do something with it. Why not, man? He gave it to us. Right? I remember taking off my mask. I remember how liberating it was, right? Even to this day, I hear people talk, well, I got to wear all these hats. Fuck that. I don't wear different hats. Nope. I'm Dion. Period. End of sentence. Exclamation point. That's it. I won't be anybody else. I can't be anybody else. I'm tired of impersonating me. I got tired of impersonating myself because I was wrong. I was so very wrong about who I was and what I was capable of and the amount of love that I could actually hold inside my heart for other people, for God's children, for God, and for God Himself. Okay. And because of that, there are people that do and don't like me. That's life. And even a lot of people that don't like me, it's not like, or maybe people I don't, we still have a mutual respect. There's people in my noon group that we don't like each other, but for the name of the group, we put our shit aside. We put our shit aside for the group, but we don't go drink coffee together. Do they have great shares? They do. They have really good shares. I listen to that. Fuck. Put your shit aside. Put it aside. Listen. Listen. Well, that person did that. So what? Well, that person did that. So what? So what? Who fucking cares? Unless it was like really illegal and we got to do something about it, who fucking cares? Okay? Start learning water under the bridge. Start learning it. It is a way of acceptance. It's water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. All right, guys, that's going to be it. I got a bunch of training I got to do, and then I'm officially a peer sports specialist. I had to finish some classes, so but I'm almost done with them. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love you. Peace out. Oh. Somebody said something big. I can't leave without that. Yes, you do wear multiple. Your father and looks great. Looks different from professional, which looks different from neighbor. Those, which is separate from Dion in recovery. But I'm still Dion though. But I hear what you're saying. I'm certainly open-minded to other things. So I'm going to think on that today, Lori. Thank you. See, good things to think on. That's what we do for each other. See, Lori can say that to me. You know why she's doing that? Because she cares about me. Thank you, Lori. I love you. I love you all. So, and I'm going to think on that, honey. All right. Peace out.